Hello, it is Monday. It's a new weekly reading vlog and I have a lot of updates for you. It's a good start to the week. I'm very happy with my current progress this week. I have got the fan on. It is far too hot in this room to not, so if you can hear it, I apologise, but I'm not turning it off. So yesterday on my sprints I started Magic for Liars by Sarah Gailey, and I didn't quite finish it on my sprints. I had 50 pages left to read, and then me, Ashley and Rachel had our Scythe-along live show, which was so much fun. We talked for about an hour, and honestly there was only a few people that turned up in the comments, but it was such a fun show and we had a really good discussion, and I'm really excited to get stuck into Thunderhead soon and be able to read that and then talk about that. But on this, so I did end up, after the Scythe live show, I got in bed and I finished the last 50 pages, and this was a 3-star for me. I didn't love it. It was okay. So it's like a murder mystery, and it's set in a school where the students have magic and the teachers have magic. It's magic, but it's kind of like a normal, it's a pretty basic school. They have like normal lessons, but then they also have magic lessons. That wasn't explained too much, but the main character, her twin sister has magic, is a teacher at this school, and she does not have magic, so she grew up in a completely different life really to her sister. They lost their mum when they was like teenagers, and they just sort of drifted apart, and a murder happens at the school that her sister works at, and she is a private investigator, and the headmaster of the school basically asks her to come and help solve this murder because the I'm going to call them magical detectives have basically said it wasn't murder, but it was a really gruesome death. Like there was, I would describe it as body horror, but there was a fair amount and it was a bit gross. And yeah, I didn't really like any of the characters. The plot had potential, but I just wasn't a massive fan. I was intrigued enough to want to know what happened, but not enough that if I hadn't have been doing sprints, I probably wouldn't have read this as quick. And the ending just felt a bit unfinished. So although there was the resolution, and I did think the resolution was very cleverly done, which is why it did get a 3 and not a 2, but I just felt the actual ending of the book just felt it was really sudden, and it didn't feel like a proper ending. So wasn't the biggest fan. Will not be keeping this. It will be going on my next unhaul when I eventually do one, which will probably be in a few months when I've built up a few more that I feel like could be unhauled. But yeah, this is another one off of my self-destruct though, so I've done 2 this month so far from my self-destruct, which is very good progress. This, for the magical readathon, was my Aurelium Academy arc, to read a book set in a school, like with a school setting. This is set in a school. So there was that. And then today I have continued my buddy read with Liv for Queen of Air and Darkness. So she read yesterday, so I then read our section, which was like this. I don't really know what to say about this book other than I love it. I love Mark, Christina and Kieran. I love Emma and Julian, although right now Julian I just want to punch. I love Kit and Ty, and I love how currently they're trying to include, or at least Kit is trying to include Drew, because Drew is going through a really tough time at this point in the series, and I just want to wrap her up in a hug because she deserves all the love. But yeah, so, and the Dearborns are just awful as always. So there's that. Then I'm still going. Then I started my buddy read. Oh, this is really reflective. This is a library book, that's why it's got the plasticky thing on it. I started my buddy read with Kelly for the Mad Ship. We read the first like 53 pages and I'm already intrigued, mostly because this one, it looks like there's going to be chapters from, not so much from the point of view because it's in third person, but it looks like we're going to get the POV from the Cooper's family. So I'm very intrigued because that was one of my main things from the first book, was that I wanted more from like the Rainwilders. I think that's what they're called. But yeah, so I'm looking forward to this, like the rest of this. Then I read my buddy read pages for Black Dawn, which is the 12th Morganville book. Nothing really to say other than this is still like my least favourite book, this and the one before, but there is a bit in this that actually makes me feel sick and I always forget about it. It makes me like cringe. I would kind of class it as body horror, but, and I'm not going to say what it actually is, but one of the vampires does something so that they can't, their hearing is temporarily disabled, and it makes me feel sick. It made me feel sick the first time I read it, and it made me feel sick this time because I completely forgot it happened. But yeah, so that was like the first like 80 pages of that. So I'm looking forward to getting through this so that I can get back to the good books in the series. And I'm really sorry if you like book 12, but it's terrible. It's probably still going to get a 3-star though, like, because it's Rachel Caine and her writing's amazing. Like, even her bad books, her writing's still brilliant. So yeah. And then because Becca is doing Patreon sprints and also Ro is doing sprints, so I've been sort of like flicking between, but I'm now on Becca's, and because Becca's sort of like intense at the moment and doing very little speaking between, so I'm like on that because I want to get as much read, because I started This Poison Heart. Now I wasn't going to, because Empire of the Vampire comes out tomorrow, and I was like, I'm going to drop everything the moment it arrives. But I got an email this morning from Raw Mail to say that it's being delivered on Wednesday, not Tuesday. So, and I'm doing sprints on Lisa's channel tomorrow. So I thought I am going to need to start a book, because clearly my 3 buddy reads aren't lasting me very long. To be fair, these 2, I am listening to the audiobooks whilst working, so I get through them pretty quickly. But yeah, so I thought this is very small, this is less than 400 pages. I'll tell you exactly how many. It's 370 pages, so I should be able to get this done by the end of tomorrow. I hope so, because I will be dropping everything when Empire of the Vampire comes, so I'm really hoping I can get through this. So I am going to hurry up and stop talking in a minute, because we are on a sprint with Becca at the moment. But I'm currently 58 pages in, and I'm already so intrigued about her powers, and yeah, I'm just really looking forward to it. This is one of my most anticipated books of the year, so I really hope it doesn't let me down. Because Cinderella is Dead was one of my favourite books of 2020, and whilst I'm not sure if this will be a favourite book of the year, I still have high hopes that it will be up there, but we'll see. But I'm going to stop talking now. I don't know if I'll catch up with you again tonight, or if I will just catch up with you tomorrow, because I want to literally just power through this. But I did get a gift today from Barb's, who, if you watch my sprints on Sunday, like the Sunday before, like yesterday to when I'm filming this clip, you'll know Barb's, and Barb's has been on my channel before. But she sent me a gift. Thanks for the sprints, you always make me feel so included in the booktube community. She's an absolute darling. She absolutely did not have to do this. She's lovely. And it was Aru Shah and The End of Time by Roshani Chokshi. I'm really sorry I can't talk tonight. I've been talking for too long already. But yeah, this is the US cover, I believe. As much as the UK covers are gorgeous, I do prefer these covers, so I put this one on my wish list instead, and Barb's got it for me, so thank you so much, Barbs. You are lovely. Hello, so it is quite a lot later. It is 11:30. I am halfway through this. This is such a quick read. I am so intrigued by this. There's a mystery around the house that Breesis has inherited, and the people in the town are intriguing me. They seem very, I can't think of the word, but mysterious. But I'm very intrigued to see where this is going. I love Carter, and I'm really hoping that their friendship blossoms. That's not a pun intended about blossoming and flowers, because she can work magic with plants and flowers, but it would work as a pun. So I'm hoping their friendship continues to blossom. But I am going to go to bed, and I should be able to finish this on Lisa's sprints tomorrow, which is going to be great. So yeah, hello, it is Tuesday, and so far the only updates I have is that I have read today's buddy read pages of this. We are making good progress, and also my buddy read pages of the Mad Ship, which I've left downstairs. I will be just carrying on without buddy reading this. Liv has decided to DNF, which makes me very sad, because this is the best one in the trilogy. Oh, it's tied with Lord of Shadows, but so much happens in this, and I'm gonna have to send her voice notes of what's happening, because some of the things is relevant to the other books that she does want to read. But at the end of the day, there's no point her forcing herself to read it and possibly putting herself in a slump. So unfortunately she's DNF'd it, so I'm just gonna continue this. I think I might listen to a bit of the audiobook this afternoon while I work, because I'm currently on my lunch break. My plan was that I was going to finish this tonight, ready for Empire of the Vampire to be delivered tomorrow. It got delivered today. Look at that chunky boy. It's beautiful. It is beautiful. I am trying to look at it. And I got the signed edition. And I'm like, I was gonna drop everything for this, but I was really enjoying this last night, and I know I can finish this tonight. So I think I'm going to just finish this as planned and start this either as soon as I finish this, depending on the time, or start it tomorrow. We'll see. But I'm so happy that one of my copies has arrived. One of my 4 copies. And I bought this top from Sainsbury's store, like online, and it came and the inside sleeve was ripped, so I had to return it. And then, because they don't do exchanges, you can only return it, and then you have to like basically replace it yourself if you want to do that. So I returned it, and then I was like, oh, they're not going to have my size anymore, but they did. So I bought it again, and it came today, and it's not ripped this time. How cute is this? It's got little black cats and pumpkins. So excited to wear this throughout like the entirety of autumn, or the first part of autumn anyway. I'm not going to wear it after the 31st of October, maybe. But yeah, that's my updates for today. Well, for so far anyway, because it is only the middle of the day. I am gonna try and read. I've still got 20 minutes of my lunch break, so I'm going to try and read a little bit of this before I have to go back to work, because the quicker I can get through this, the quicker I can start Empire of the Vampire. But yes, I was really enjoying this last night, as I told you last night. So yeah, looking forward to getting back to this. So it's a lot later. I finished work, and before I went on Lisa's sprints, I did manage to finish This Poison Heart, which for Bookoplathon was my POC rep. And Cinderella is Dead was one of my favourite books of 2020, and it was a 5-star, obviously, and this was also a 5-star. I think I can safely say Kaylin Bayron is a favourite author for me. I absolutely loved this. There was one thing that was a little bit predictable, which is why it was a lower end of a 5-star, because there was something that was a bit predictable I did see coming, but it did not take away my overall enjoyment and love for this book. The ending is incredible, and I'm so excited to read the sequel when it comes out. It's just absolutely amazing. I am so happy that I loved this, because it was one of my most anticipated reads of the year, and I've heard a few people not love it, so I was a bit apprehensive about going into it, but I'm happy to report I absolutely love this. And yes, but that meant I needed a new book to read on Lisa's sprints. Oh, what book did I pick? I started Empire of the Vampire, this chunky beast of a book, and I read the first 116 pages, and already I'm really sucked into this, pun intended. I am really loving the way that we're learning the history through the storytelling. I was just checking that it is actually in the synopsis, and this isn't a spoiler. So a character is telling his history, his story, and we're finding out the world through his storytelling of his life, and I'm really enjoying that way of us learning, and I'm really intrigued, and I already love Gabe. And there is some amazing artwork in this. I'm obsessed with the illustration pages. Like, look at that. I'm so excited that I'm getting to read this on release day, or at least start on release day. I'm going to be on Ashley's sprints tomorrow, so I'm hoping to get a bit more of a chunk of that read. But my plan for tomorrow is, whilst having breakfast, I'm going to try and get my buddy read pages of Morganville done. And then while I work, I'm going to get my buddy read pages of Mad Ship done, and then I'm going to try and get as much of Queen of Air and Darkness read as possible. And then in the evening I'm free to just read this. But I'm excited, but I'm very tired. Sprints with Lisa and Liv was very fun as always, and I'm excited to have a chat and a read with Ashley tomorrow. So yeah, I will check in with you again tomorrow. Hello, it is Wednesday, and I have mail. I'm updating you on my lunch break again. I have read my buddy read pages for Black Dawn. There was a whole chapter from Shane's point of view, which I completely forgot. And I was reading it and I was like, I don't remember this happening. And then I realised how his chapter ends, and I was like, oh no, I remember this now. So yeah, there's that. Slowly getting through it. I just want to be on book 13 because I like book 13. Anyway, I have also read my buddy read pages for The Mad Ship, and can I just say, I think his name's Greg. I think he might be my favourite character. I'm a little bit in love with him. He's awesome. I love him. And I am liking that And I like that Malta's sort of like getting what she wants, but it's coming back to bite her in the butt because she's a spoiled little brat and she doesn't deserve happiness. I don't care if she's a kid. She's not nice. But that was my reading updates. I am going to try and listen to a little bit of the audiobook for Queen of Rain Darkness tonight. Not tonight, this afternoon whilst I'm working. But I thought I would just show you my little haul. So 2 of my Funko pre-orders came in and I'm so excited because we have Kid Loki. And I don't know if you can see, Kid Loki's actually got a little alligator Loki on there. And then President Loki. So I still need to get 5 more. There's still 5 more to get of this collection. I have 4 on pre-order, 2 of which have been shipped. And then there's 1 that I haven't been able to get hold of on a pre-order yet, so I'm still looking for that. But hopefully I'll have the whole Loki collection soonish. And then I made an order back in April and I've had a whole palaver with it. Like, I've ordered from this company before plenty of times and I've never had issues. So I'm hoping this is a one-off because I very much want to order from them again. But at the same time, I'm a bit cautious about doing that now. So I ordered and it was a wait time of like 5 weeks and it got to like 10 weeks and I still hadn't received any shipping notification. So I emailed them and they must have missed my order and forgotten because they apologised and was like, oh, it will be sent out by the end of this week, blah blah. Got sent out, never turned up. So I left it. I gave it enough time. I gave it like 2-3 weeks. It's supposed to arrive within like 4 or 5 working days. So considering I gave it like 2-3 weeks, you know, emailed, said that it hadn't arrived. Was there any way to track it? And they was like, we'll claim this through Royal Mail and they get replacements sent out to you. So I was like, okay, perfect, thank you. Do you have a timeline for when the replacements will be sent out? And they said, we'll get replacements made up and sent out within the week. 3 weeks later, almost 3 weeks later, still didn't have any update. So I chased them and they was like, oh, they'll be sent this week. They eventually got sent. They arrived today, and whilst some of them are perfect, one of them I've got to send back because it's broken. So I'm going to show you the broken one first because it's still an awesome, like, it's still awesome. So I got that. This is from Hannah Marie Magic. So most of my ears are from Hannah Marie. The only ones that aren't are my Mad Hatter, my First Visit and my Anna. The rest are all Hannah Marie. So I got the Dark Sibling ears, and my issue with these have got to be sent back. There's wires in these so that you can shape them how you want. The wire in this one has come unattached and you can see it trying to poke through. So it's like, I can't do anything with that. So I've got to send that one back, which is a shame, but hopefully I won't have to wait like 16 weeks for a replacement. And then not all of these are for me. So Liv asked me to put one of these ones in. They're so pretty. They're very Liv. If you know Liv, you'll know these are very her. These are the Mulan ones, I think. But yeah, so she can get, I'm really glad they turned up before she's here next week so she can take them back with her. So there's them. And then because I'm going to Paris with my friend Ellen, I was like, right, I will buy you, like, pick a pair of ears off this website that you like and I'll buy you them as a birthday present. And she picked 2 and was like, whichever one you don't get for me, I'll give you the money for, because I want both. So she got the BB-8 ones, which are so cute, and the Captain America ones, which these are really nice material. I kind of wish I'd got this now. So she got those. I haven't messaged her yet. I'm going to message her in a minute with a picture. And then I got myself 2 more. So I got myself the BB-8 and R2-D2 ones, because as much as I love the BB-8 ones, I wanted a bit of R2-D2, and I love the black bow with it. And I'm already thinking of like a Disney bound or like an outfit I can wear on this day. So I love them. And then the other pair is actually for when I go to Florida with Liv, because I'm Disney bound in Ariel, and for that I have got Flounder and Sebastian ears, which are just the cutest. I love them so much. So yeah, that was my little Hannah Marie Magic haul, which I am very happy with. And I mean, even though I've got to send these back because it's broken, I still love these, and I cannot wait to wear these in Florida, because this is for my Florida trip, because I'm doing a Loki Disney bound. So yeah, I'm very happy with that. I'm gonna be reading this tonight, so I am on my lunch break, but I've only got 10 minutes left, so I want to grab myself a drink. So there's no point me starting to read any of this on my lunch break now, because I did use most of my lunch break reading Black Dawn. So I'm reading this tonight. I'm on Ashley's sprints tonight. Ashley does sprints every Wednesday, so I'll put her in the description box, her link. So if you're ever on a Wednesday wanting some sprints, check out her channel. But yeah, I am going to be continuing this evening on her sprints. I'm probably going to have to do a little bit of overtime today, because I've got a lot to get done, and my colleague is off on Friday, so I'm not really going to be able to get stuff done then, because I'm going to be doing both of our work. And then next week I'm off Wednesday to Friday, so I need to get stuff done today and tomorrow. And I can't do overtime Friday because I'm going to a gig. Oh, that sounds so weird. I'm so excited. Also, this vlog may have clips of that. I don't know if I'll be able to put clips of the music itself. That's going on my Instagram stories though. But I'm just so excited. Like, I'm gonna walk into that venue and I'm gonna cry, because it's been almost 3 years since I was at a concert, and I'm so excited. But yeah, I was supposed to go to like 4 or 5 concerts last year. Last year I was supposed to have Louis Tomlinson, Niall Horan, 5 Seconds of Summer, Oscar and Alexandria, and another one, but I cannot remember which. It might have been You Me at 6, maybe. But then they all either got cancelled or rescheduled. Louis has now been rescheduled like 3 times, and that's February next year. Niall just got cancelled. Ask and Alexandria just got cancelled. 5 Seconds of Summer has been moved to either April or May next year. And then You Me at 6 was originally supposed to be May this year, but it got pushed back to September. And then, yeah, I've also obviously got Bring Me the Horizon this month as well, with support by You Me at 6, which I'm so excited for. So excited. But yeah, I'm going to stop talking about music because I've been babbling. But I could talk about the bands I love for hours. And also, the news dropped today that The Wanted are getting back together. I don't know if it's like a whole like new thing. They're releasing a greatest hits album in November, which I'm so excited for, and they're doing a show at Royal Albert Hall because Tom is doing a charity event thing, so they're performing at that, which I'm gutted I'm not going to be able to go because it's the 20th of September. That's far too short notice, but that's really exciting, and I'm really hoping it means that they are maybe doing they're getting ready to do like a new album and a new tour maybe. We'll see. Fingers crossed. Now I need One Direction to get back together. The thing is though, they are all individually doing pretty well for themselves, and usually when bands split up and go solo, they only get back together when their money's running out. Like, that's usually how it goes with bands. So I'm not getting my hopes up that One Direction are going to get back together, but at the same time, I would die of happiness. Like, I just want to be in a stadium screaming One Direction lyrics back at them. Like, but anyway, fangirl moment over. Yeah, so I will catch up with you tonight and I'll let you know how I get on with reading this. I'm really hoping I can get a big chunk. I only managed 116 pages last night because I was so tired. I'm feeling a little bit more awake today, so I'm hoping that means I can, because I was reading slower where I was tired last night, so I'm hoping I can get a chunk of this read, but we'll see. I'll update you later. And I'm going to grab one of my dust jacket sleeves to put on this because it's really heavy, and when it's resting on me when I'm reading it, it hurts. So yeah. Hello, it's a lot later. You're also from a very different angle. You can see the mess of all this. But I've been reading Empire of the Vampire and Ashley Sprints tonight, and I am now 234 pages in. So I have read just over 100 pages again tonight, which is great. I am not doing any sprints tomorrow night, so I'm hoping to just literally sit and just read uninterrupted for hours. That is the plan tomorrow evening. But yeah, hopefully I'll get a big chunk read. My aim is to try and finish this before the end of Saturday, because it's one of my most anticipated reads of the year, as was This Poison Heart, and I've read them both this week, so I'd like to keep them to this week's vlog. But having said that, I am super tired, so I am going to go to bed. So I'll catch up with you tomorrow. Hello, it is Thursday. It's very late. I'm about to go to bed. It's actually not as late as I'm thinking. I think it's like not even 10 o'clock, but I am so tired. I've had one of those days that's just been like non-stop. So I literally got up, had breakfast, worked, and I did 2.5 hours overtime. And then I had a bath and then was like, oh, I'm gonna settle down on the sofa and read Empire of the Vampire. Started getting tired, so I come up to bed, and I've managed to read a little bit, but not as much as I wanted to get read tonight, which is a bummer. But updates for today. So I have been reading Empire of the Vampire. I'm now 44% through and absolutely loving it. I am hooked. I don't usually get into these types of books super quickly, but I think it's J. Kristoff's writing that I'm just sucked in, and every time I say that, I do intend it as a pun because it's a vampire book. So I'm really enjoying this. I did read my buddy read pages for both Black Dawn and Mad Ship, and I continued reading Queen of Air and Darkness, and I made massive progress. I was on page like 200 and something. I'm now on page 509. I was listening to it whilst I was working, which is probably a mistake because I was sobbing. This book breaks me. There are so many things that happen that I completely forgot happened. They're like the little things that aren't really relevant to the plot. So like there's this whole part in a place called Thule, and so it's part 2, and I forgot a lot of the little things that happen there. And because obviously Liv DNF'd this, but because there are some things in particular she needs to know future books, I said I would just like tell her as they start happening in the book when I'm reading. So I was just sending her updates all day of what was happening in the book. But yeah, I love this book so much. It already breaks my heart, but it's going to start breaking my heart even more. But I am gonna, this is like a super quick update. I'm not sure if I will be updating you tomorrow, and if I do, I highly doubt it'll be bookish updates, because tomorrow after work, me and my friend Charlie are going to see Yumi at 6 in London, and I'm so nervous, but I'm so excited. So I might like do a little vlog clip while I'm there, but I probably won't say much. But yeah, if not, I will just speak to you on Saturday, when I'm hoping I can finish this on Saturday. I am also having my 3rd session for my tattoo, so hopefully very soon I'll be able to show it off properly. And I also completely forgot, I'm supposed to be buddy reading this throughout September with Chloe and Olivia. So I was supposed to have read this much by like 2 days ago, and I haven't. And I've apologised to Chloe and Olivia, and I'm just going to make sure I read the 2 lots, because we're doing it weekly, not daily. So I'm just going to read these 2 lots by next week. I'm hoping, because obviously I'm trying to get this read. Once I've read this, hopefully I can read this on Sunday. I'm most likely going to be doing some sprints on Sunday. Probably won't be able to talk because I'm probably going to have no voice after screaming Yumi at 6 lyrics, because I've seen the set list and it's like got some bangers on it. I'm so excited. I mean, there isn't a Yumi at 6 song I don't like, to be fair, but there is some amazing songs. Some of my faves are on the set list, like Reckless is my favourite song to see them perform live, because they're just so good. Anyway, getting distracted. I will maybe catch up with you tomorrow, if not Saturday. So it's Friday. This is Charlie.
Hello.
We are venturing out because we're going to see Yumi at 6. I did get reading done today, a little bit. I listened to today's pages of Madship, and holy crap, those chapters. Didn't want to stop listening, but I had to, because 1, it was the end of the day's pages, and 2, this one got to mine and we had to get ready. I'm so excited. But
this is your first gig in how long?
Since December 2018.
Too long.
And it's like 18 months since I did anything remotely normal. So very excited, but I'm also very out of breath because I'm walking while talking. So I'll probably put a little bit of the gig in, maybe, if I remember. We'll see. If not, it would have been on my stories. Hello, it is Saturday. First off, my throat is screwed. After last night, me and Charlie had the best time at Yumi at 6. It was amazing. We were both pretty worried about how we would be, because we both have really bad anxiety, and that's just gotten worse over the pandemic. So we was really worried about it, because it was our first, normal outing thing we did. But do you know what, whilst I was in that venue, like when we were queuing, I was a bit like, what's it going to be like in there? And then once we got in there, I felt absolutely fine. It was like my brain just switched to you're in a concert mode, because concerts are my happy place, and especially Yumi at 6, because they're like one of my favourite bands ever, and that was the 9th time me seeing them. The set list was absolutely amazing. I bought 2 tops. One is the official tour top, and one is the Beautiful Way top, which was and we just literally had the best time. It was amazing. I'm absolutely in so much pain today though, not just my throat hurting from all the singing I was doing, but the fact that I had to wear my boots, which have a bit of a heel on them, and I never wear those boots. I always wear flats, but that was literally the only things I could wear, and my feet were killing me. My legs were killing me, and they still are now, because obviously jumping up and down, and it's didn't sit down at all. And yeah, but it was so much fun. And then today I had my 3rd session of my tattoo, and we are pretty sure that's it now. I've got to send him a picture in 5 weeks once it's completely healed, and he'll let me know whether he thinks it does need another session, but he's pretty confident it's not going to need another session. And I'm not going to show it off just yet because it's very red at the moment. So I'm going to wait until it's healed enough, so once the scabbing is done, and then I'm going to post a before and after picture on my Twitter and show it off on here as well. But I'm super excited to finally be able to show it off soon. Also, my nail varnish is so bad, I need to sort that out. But I got back from getting my tattoo done and I was like, right, I'm going to finish this tonight. It's going to happen. I did it. It is like 11:15 and I literally just finished this. This book was so good, and it will come to absolutely no surprise that this got 5-star. I can't tell you how good it was. And when I put my rating on Goodreads, I was a bit curious because I've seen there's a few 1-star. So I was looking at the 1-star, and a few of the 1-star ratings were that they DNF'd it because it's literally just him telling his story. And I'm just like, fair enough for you to DNF it if you're not liking it. But did you read the blurb? It literally tells you in the blurb, he's telling the story of his life. And I've seen some people comparing it to Interview with the Vampire meets Name of the Wind. Now, I have not read Name of the Wind and I haven't read Interview with a Vampire, but I've seen Interview with the Vampire, the movie, unfortunately. And I do agree that it is like that. And I don't usually like books like that, but I think because I really love J. Christoph's writing, like if this was the first book I ever read by him, I probably wouldn't have enjoyed it as much as I did. But because I'm used to his writing, that was a big thing for me. And I just, it got to about the 500-page mark and it broke me. There's like something that happens and it broke me. And then after that, I just kept crying. But what I did, because I really wanted to concentrate and didn't want to get distracted by my phone, I finally used the Forest app again. I've had this app for like over a year and I've been really slacking with using it lately. And I thought this is the perfect opportunity to actually use it. So I did, and it really helped. Although at one point I did get distracted because I realised that, because I've joined Ro at Wandering Through Worlds Patreon, which launched today, and I'm so excited to be a Patreon for her. But I kind of forgot that I have Discord on my iPad and it was going a bit crazy. So I did get distracted for a bit, but then I put my iPad on airplane mode, put the Forest app on, and just once I got into this, I couldn't put it down. Like, it was amazing. I'm so happy. But this means this week alone, I have read 2 of my most anticipated releases of 2021 and 5-starred them both. Do you know how happy that makes me? So incredibly happy. So happy. I'm in my happy place. But this, I didn't even tell you, for Bookoplathon, this was my history role. And for Magical Readathon, it was my, I want to say 5-star prediction. I'm pretty sure it was my 5-star prediction, which I was correct in thinking that. But yeah, I'm just so happy I not only finished it today, but absolutely loved it. And I'm really glad that I've got another 3 copies come in. Not that I have room for any of those copies, but oh well. But yeah, I'm really happy. I'm also super excited because tomorrow, so I have to catch up with buddy reads. So I need to catch up on my Black Dawn buddy read because my mum and sister have now both finished it, even though we're not supposed to finish it till tomorrow. But I didn't read yesterday. I haven't read any of that today because I was focusing on this. And and then obviously I've got tomorrow's pages. That's not going to take me too long because it's a really easy read for me. So tomorrow my plan is finish Black Dawn, and then I need to catch up on the buddy read for Opposite of Always. So that is my plan for tomorrow. I am doing sprints from midday with Liv and Ro, which is going to be awesome. And yeah, that's my plan, but that'll be in next week's vlog. Next week's vlog is going to be so much fun. Probably not much reading, to be honest, because I'm not at work Wednesday to Friday, but that is because Liv is coming to visit. She's coming down on Wednesday and going home on Sunday, so I don't anticipate we're going to do much reading. We're mostly going to be watching Marvel movies because there's a few, 11 I believe, that she has not seen, so I'm rectifying that because of course I am. Oh, also I got something in the post, and it's not going to shock most of you if you've been here a while, but it's Funkos. It's more pre-orders, which is really bad because these come Friday, but Friday on my lunch break in work, I decided to completely redo all of my Marvel Funkos, and then these two turned up about half an hour later, and I was like, you've got to be kidding me, because I forgot to leave space for them. And I've got another two coming that are also pre-orders from the same collection, but these are from the Loki collection, and it is Sylvie. Look at her. Look at her. And my man Mobius, look at him, he just looks so good. I love Owen Wilson, and it kind of annoys me that it's taken this character for people to appreciate how hot Owen Wilson is. Like, I've been in love with that man since Night at the Museum, and it's taken this for people to appreciate him. Anyway, I am gonna wrap this vlog up now because I am gonna take my makeup off, what I haven't cried off already, and I'm gonna go to bed because I've got a really early start tomorrow. I've got editing. I've not touched this week's vlog, so I want to get that edited and sorted, and then hopefully film before my sprints start, because I need to film my video for Wednesday. So I'm going to wrap this up now, but I hope you enjoyed this vlog. If you did, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you next time. Bye!